Don't record this, dude. I'm playing shitty today. I haven't played guitar in like a week.
First of all, I'm going to ask you a few questions about your directorial debut with the short film The Veil. What made you come up with that story?
I wanted to do something with a Ouija board. That was...
Okay, let's give this shit a try.
I guess the main spark for that movie. It was, you know, I have a strange fascination with Ouija boards and contact with spirits from, you know, other dimensions and whatnot. So I went to Ron. I was like, look, man, we need to do something with a Ouija board. And we did.
What made you want to use this as your first film as a director? Because I know you started off as an actor. So taking that leap to directing your first film must have been very interesting.
I suppose it was just, you know, the fire within that, you know, the fact that I wanted to put my name on something and call it my own. You know, and it was just an urge to, you know, create something. It was, you know, I guess, artistic enthusiasm that really drove me from, you know, wanting to, you know, act by somebody else's, you know, direction to, you know, creating my own story and creating my own, you know, vision. Yeah.
What was the most difficult thing about directing The Veil?
Most difficult thing about directing The Veil? Really just, I guess the most difficult thing is, it was all basic, it was all improv. So there was really no concrete storyline to it. It was just a boy who had curiosity with a Ouija board, and plays with it, and then he opens the veil. And so there was, you know, there was no direct storyline, and for that reason it was really hard to tell how the film was going to sort of play out. So I guess that was the most difficult thing about directing it.
Now you decided to, and this is very unusual for a lot of first-time directors, you actually decided to star in your own film. What made you decide to do that?
It was really spur of the moment. Ron and I were literally outside, you know, hanging out. I said, look, I want to do something with the Ouija board. We're not really doing anything tonight. Let's film. Let's do it, you know? And, you know, I was the only person available. And so we kind of, you know, just came up with this concept and rolled with it.
Was it difficult to kind of direct yourself in your first film, or did you find it really easy?
It was easy in the sense that I had total control of my actions and kind of knew what I wanted to do, but it was very hard knowing how that was all going to look like, especially because I was not behind the camera, and I could not see, you know, how the lighting was, how the framing, you know, looked. You know, of course, Ron helped immensely on cinematography, and he's a great cinematographer, so that helped, you know, incredible amounts. But it was easy in the sense that I had complete control over characterization, but it was hard knowing how the actual film was going to look.
Now, was directing one of the things that you enjoyed doing, or was there some other aspect of filmmaking that you enjoyed more than directing?
I like directing. Directing is really fun. It's really kind of nice to have a hand in everything that goes into making a film. But to me, being the director of photography and working the camera, that is probably the most fun aspect of making a film, because you get to see how the film is actually going to look. You have complete control about how how the shots are going to look like, and that to me is really fun. I love playing with cameras. I love taking capturing life in action. If I can have a camera built into my skull and have it on record all day, that would be amazing. And in fact, there's a guy that actually did that, but he did it in the back of his head. He was a professor. Anyhow, yeah, I like directing. I would love to do it more. I would like to put my name on more movies, and I plan to do so in the near future.
Even my grandpa's shit doesn't work. It's old as hell.
Any final words about directing that you'd like to instill upon anyone who's going to start directing films themselves?
Basically, you just got to get out there and do it and find out. You got to throw yourself into the fire and see how well you can play it. You never know until you try, and if you fail, then see what you did wrong and try to do a better job next time. But you're never going to really know unless you actually try.